All right, so right now we'll be looking at pullbacks, okay? We'll be looking at pullbacks. Now, the market actually trends, okay? The market moves in a direction, all right? No matter how slow the movement is, there's actually an ultimate direction that the market is going, and that's what we call trend, the overall trend of the market, the overall direction of the market, okay? So we're going to be doing this before we now look at the trend so you have a better understanding. Now, pullbacks in the course of the journey, all right, we have actually came out from the charts now, we just saw there were some pullbacks, but at the end of the day, you see that the price is buying, all right? That asset was actually buying, and that asset is actually Avas. Avas is a crypto asset, okay? So, and it was trending up like what we saw. So now let's look at what are pullbacks. Say, how do you use pullbacks to enter the market? So let's look at pullbacks. A pullback is a situation, is a market situation where price will move in an opposite way for a short while before continuing in its overall direction. So this is exactly what I just explained earlier. The price is going up ultimately, but in the course of the journey, it will do some step back, all right? It will not just go straight, no. It will do some step back. Those step back can be a day or 2, 3 days. And continue. Maybe when it continues, it may play for another 5, 6, 7, 8 days in one direction before it will not come down again. A pullback. All right, so that is the pullback. It is also called retracement. All right, so it can also be called a retracement, a point where price pause before going in the main direction. A pullback will always occur after 2 to 4 candles. All right, now it's not just entirely 2 to 4 candles, but this is just the short of it. It can actually, in some cases, you can see 5, 6, 7, 8, even 10 candles in a particular direction before a pullback is seen. Now, when a trend is very strong, when you meet a very strong trend, the trend can do about 10 to 11, 12 candles before you see one candle in the opposite direction. All right? So the candle you see in the opposite direction, that is a pullback. Now, there's a level the trend will get to, and will get what we call reversal. Reversal is a point where the trend has ended and is about to continue a new trend. So there is a way to identify that, all right? It's different from a pullback. There's a way to identify that in the chart. And we're also going to get to that, okay? So note, one group, which is the buyers, can only be more than the other group, which is the sellers, and vice versa, or ranging where there are equal buyers and sellers in the market. Now, what moves the market is liquidity, volume of money, okay? So now let's assume there's a pendulum. Now, you know, pendulum swings in the side that is weighty, okay? That is the side that has more weight. So you have a pendulum, and one side is sitting 2 million, another side is sitting 1.8 billion. Which side will pull? It's the side that is the side of 1.8 billion, because it's the side that has the more market that rules, or has the more money that rule the market. Okay? So that is what really happens. So buyers and sellers are the ones who determine the direction of the market. So where there are more buyers, all right, the price go up. Where there are more sellers, the price go down. Now, when we say more buyers and more sellers, don't be deceived. We are not talking about the number of retail traders now. We're actually talking about the volume, the amount that is coming into the market. All right, the volume that is coming into the market may be controlled by just 100 people. Meanwhile, on this other side, you have 2,000 people, yet the volume, what they are carrying to the market is not up to 20% of the 100 people. So when we talk about buyers and sellers, we're actually looking at the volume of what is coming in either direction, but not the number of participants per time. I believe that is clear. So now we're also going to go back to the chart now. Let me stop share here. We're going to go back to the chart and we'll look at pullbacks. So let me share my screen again. Okay. So let's look at this trade, for instance. This is a daily chart. So at a time, this market was coming down. It was trending down. Let me put it in such a way that you will understand it. Okay, so this was how it came up, but let's look at it from here. So this is actually a downtrend, okay? So this market came like this, all right? And there was a little pullback here. This point is what we call a pullback. This small thing that happened here. And within this point, there was a range. When we say range is a kind of a market where the buyers and sellers are struggling, who is more dominant, okay? And the range can, like in this case now, you can see that this market range for how many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It ranged for 16 days before it continued its movement downwards, okay? So you can see that, so this is a pullback and continue this journey, all right? And this is another standard pullback. This is a pullback. From this point to this point is a pullback. And it continued the journey. It came like this, all right? And it made this. So now let me show you something that's talking about how we would identify a pullback and a reversal, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for. Okay, so you can see this market trend like this, like this. Okay, so I'm not using this thing well. And it came back here, and it did this full impulse. So this was where it broke. Now, when we talk about reversal, so this was the trend. The trend was trending down, and it came down here, which this was the high, and it came back to do what we call double bottom. And the next thing, it broke this high. So it broke it. There's a retest here. If you go to lower time frame, you see that there's a retest, and it continued the journey upward. So you can see how the trend changed. And since that time, the market has been buying, all right? Okay, so it broke down again. So that's how the trend is. Okay, so this is actually, we came actually to talk about pullback, which I believe you understood in the course of this. So in as much as we came like this, okay, take for instance now, we're coming like this, but there are some pullbacks in between. So this is a pullback, This is a pullback, all right, like this, okay? It went like this again, came, so this is a pullback. This is actually the direction. This one is a pullback, okay? It came, then this one is supposed to be a pullback, but at the end of the day, because it broke it, this is the previous high now, this market came and broke above it. So now automatically the trend has been broken. So there's what we call, this becomes the change of character, okay? Trend has been broken and the market continues to go up. So this is how you identify pullback in the market. So let me stop share here and go to the next. I think the next is trend. We're still going back to that chart. Okay, so this is trend. That's the next thing we are looking at, trend. All right, I already told you about the trend. Trend is the direction of the market, the ultimate direction of the market, okay? So a trend shows you the overall movement of the market, having in mind that there are movements in the same, opposite, and indecisive direction. Adese Duncan said, trend is your friend. So for those of us who did IML, you will not miss Adese Duncan. Adese Duncan was the trainer for Forex 101. Now, Forex 101 is basic, all right? And she was doing basic and intermediate. So Adese will tell you that the trend is your friend. So that's why for people like us, we always reference Adese, that the trend is your friend. When you treat the trend as your friend, you hardly lose money in the market, because if you follow the trend and you have enough equity, even if you were in a drawdown, all right, as long as that is the ultimate direction of the market, even if you were in a drawdown, the market will come back and put you in profit, all right, because you already chosen the trend as your friend. So because you don't want to go against the overall direction of the market. Okay, so buy. Now, when we talk about trends, we're actually talking about the direction of the market. So what is the direction? The direction is either buy or sell, okay? It's either the market is buying or is selling. So that's the direction. So let's start with buy. Buy, so this is when price value rises, okay? You want to buy at the lowest price so you can make some cool profits as the price rises. So we buy at support and sell at resistance. When we were doing support and resistance, you saw that. Then let's look at sell. So sell is when price value prepares to fall and you sell at the highest price so you make some profit when price goes down. Then uptrend. Now we're talking about trend. Trend is a direction. Is it going up or is it coming down? Say uptrend. So it has a higher highs and higher lows, okay? So when we go back to the chart again, I will show you something about higher high and higher low. When a market is making higher high and higher low, what you are seeing there is what is called uptrend, okay? So it has a higher high and higher low in the overall. There is a long buy and a short sell. So those short sell now are the pullback, okay? You want to be in for a longer term buy in this kind of market, okay? So when the market is trending up, you want to buy from the bottom and remain as long as the trend is still going so that you can sell at a very high rate when the price gets to a resistance where you know that there will be a possible offloading by others. So you too, you're also going to be selling at that level. So let's look at downtrend. Downtrend, the market records a higher low and a lower high. Higher low and lower high, okay? i.e., the sells are longer and the buys are shorter. So we expect that irrespective of the of the kind of trader that one is, you want to be in with the majority. Then we also have consolidation, which is also called ranging. So ranging, this is the kind of market that is also called consolidation. Both economy is balanced, equal number of buyers and equal number of sellers. No one is higher than the other. Remember, we traders are taking advantage of a weak economy and a balanced economy. So here in this market, we need to stay clear of this kind of markets. Now, nobody is encouraged to trade in a ranging market. If you trade in a ranging market, you will get your hands burned because you won't be able to tell the direction of the market because there are equal moves. If the market will go up short, it will come down. It's almost the same distance. It will be ranging between 1 point. It can happen for 2-3 days. It can even happen for a whole week. Now, for we traders, retail traders, we advise not to trade at that condition. Just leave the markets and wait for a better market condition when a trend resumes. So a trend resumes either up or down when the market has broken out of that ranging and possible retests. So the market will break out and come back to touch it before it will begin to go the new direction that it wants to go. Okay? So this, let's go to the chart now. Let me stop share here. We'll go to the chart so that I show you the trend, okay? And possibly the higher high and higher lows, then higher lows and lower high. All right, let me change this asset to, let me change it to gold. So we are looking at gold right now. Okay, so we're talking about trend right now. Now, from this point in the overall, where is the market going? The market is going up. Okay, so this market is actually going up. So we want to say now you don't need to see a perfect line because the line are usually not perfect. Okay, I picked something, I picked the wrong one. Okay, so now look at what just happened here now. Now this market has been trending up. As long as the previous low has not been broken, we are still going up. So let's look at it. So this is lower. This is low. This is high. This is lower high. This is higher high. This is higher low rather. This is low. This is higher high. This is higher low. This is higher high. This is higher low. So we want to draw another one now. This is high. Now there's another low here. Now, as long as this low did not break this one, we are still going up. So you want to see a low that will come and take out this one before, you know. So this, okay. So this one was not taken out. They are actually the same level. Okay. And this higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low. So you can see that this is the first time since that time that the market is breaking this guy majorly. So this is good. Now, this is what we are seeing here now is a reversal. It's a reversal because it has broken through right now through the previous support, all right, which is the higher low. It has broken through it. So right now, prior to now, we were trending up, okay? This was an uptrend. We're trending up, and this becomes the first time that the basic bottom, which is the higher low, was broken. So as long as this is now broken, we want to see it, the market is still moving. We want to see it maybe come down to a level and come and do a retest before it will continue down. So when the market continued down, so now let me bring another guy to show us a downtrend. Okay, so this is a downtrend. Now, in an uptrend, we are seeing higher highs and higher low. Okay, the up is high, all right, higher than the previous high. Then the low is higher, is low, but it's higher than the previous low. So that's why we say higher high, higher low. But in the case of downtrend, so now let's look at downtrend. Okay, so now you can see that what we have done here now is the opposite of the previous one. So now the price was actually going up, all right? But at this level, it broke this. So this was where it broke it for the first time. It closed below it. It may not be too significant, but this has happened, okay? So this become high, the higher high, all right? Then something happened here, it broke the previous low. So this becomes the higher low. lower high, higher low. This used to confuse me sometimes, but okay. So now this is higher low, lower low. All right, higher low, lower low, higher low, lower low. So it's a low that is lower than the previous low. So this is higher low, lower low. Why? Because it's lower than the previous low. Okay, higher low, all right, lower low. Okay, so this is how trend is formed. So the direction of the trend is what shows you where the market is going. And in the course of the journey, it will be doing higher low and lower low when it's trending down. Then when it's going up, it will be doing higher high and higher lows. Okay, so that is what it is on the chart as I have shown you. Then another thing is that you want to draw trend lines, okay? Now, apart from doing it like this, there's also what we call trend line. So now let me just draw a trend line here now. Now, a trend line is, this is actually, we are going further now, but over time you begin to learn all of this. You won't learn all of them in one day. Okay, trend line, you want to get minimum of 3 touches. Okay, so there's actually a touch here before the breakdown. Okay, so this is actually a trend. Now, this market was trending up, came touch it again, all right, went up and broke down. So it broke, it came, did a retest before it finally came down, did this, and the trend changed. Okay, so now that the trend have changed, you can see that if you draw now, this is actually a downtrend. So there's a way to use trend line, okay? What I'm drawing now is a trend line. Trend line will guide you of when price come back after the price has touched a particular line for 3, 4, 5 times. You want to see the reaction of the price whenever the line comes to it. So let's assume I'm drawing this now. I have drawn this. I want to extend it even when price has not gotten to this level. But because I'm waiting to see what will happen when price come back to it, is it going to bounce or is it going to continue? You know, so let's just draw this like this now. So you can see what happened in this case. Now the price came down, it was trending down, it touched it 3 times now, it was trending down. Then when the price came back to it, it hit it here and it gave a small pullback. Then the next thing, it broke above it. When it broke above it, it came back to retest it. Retesting is coming back to touch it. It came back to retest it and it moved. All right, so this time it moved and the trend has changed. All right, from the previous sell to, okay? So this is how you look at the trend lines and trend, looking at higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, then lower high and lower low. Okay. All right, so let me stop share here. Any questions? Let me stop the recording so that I can begin to ask your questions. Let me stop recording. Don't tell me I didn't record this meeting. Okay, I did. Okay.